We found out about Niemann-Pick disease when my daughter was 5 weeks old. I would say that it was a storage disorder whereby cholesterol and other fatty materials were stored and gathered in places in the body that they shouldn't, leading to health problems such as loss of skills, loss of swallowing, dementia, and we finally lost her in 2007 when she was 4.
Niemann-Pick A and B tend to affect the liver and spleen and as well as the brain in some cases.
My name is Shanae, I'm 17. I've got type B when I was around 2 years old, then that's when I got diagnosed. It's okay, like out in the street and stuff, but I get like people staring a lot, and now I've like become to deal with it. I decided like draw on t-shirts and sell them, and I hopefully want to have my own fashion line. I see it as just another talent that God's given me.
We really have many more patients with Niemann-Pick type C, a different genetic disease, but one that is equally serious and it can be really quite devastating.
My son's Callum. He suffers from Niemann-Pick type C. In a nutshell, it is Alzheimer's, but not quite. It's dementia and a regression of the motor skills that they've learned. There's no miracle out there for him at the moment. We're hoping and praying there is, but we're quite realistic that it's not going to come in time for Callum.
My daughter Holly was diagnosed with Niemann-Pick disease in 2007. What can I tell you about Holly? She's absolutely full of life. All you want to do is dance around to High School Musical. At the moment she's living life to the full, and that's what we want to do, try and help her to do for as long as possible.
At this moment in time we're supporting 108 families who are affected by this group of diseases. I think if our organisation wasn't here it would be a complete disaster for the families that we support, as we would not be there to coordinate support on their behalf, and they would feel a lot more isolated. The Niemann-Pick Disease Group works jointly with many organisations, in particular with the NHS. We are partners in employing our clinical nurse specialist, Jackie Imrie.
Quite a few families have said, we don't know what we'd do without a nurse specialist dedicated to our disease that understands what we're going through. We've realised recently that it would be very useful to have video recordings of the things the children are doing, and it's sort of a way that families can get in touch with someone if they're worried fairly quickly.
Just going to film Claire on this camera, so then we can send this off to Jackie, and this simply just plugs into the computer, and then we upload a video. You get the URL link, put it in an email, send it to Jackie, Jackie opens it, and there we go.
Now it looks as if today's problem is related to feeding, because she's actually having a tube feed at the moment.
Last year we were lucky enough to create the International Niemann-Pick Disease Alliance, which involves almost 15 groups at this present point in time, and we will get together to share best practice, to share research ideas, to make sure that we aren't repeating anything, and to ensure equity of access to any treatments for our families into the future.
They were such a vital part in our journey, and without them it would have been so much more difficult.
They do, they work really hard.
The beauty of it is, we know the money won't go to waste.
All for people like you, eh Claire?
We hope that will help. We try and raise awareness and we hope that should improve the care overall of children and young people with NPC.